Hello and good morning. Should be able to see what it is we're doing today. We're gonna have a go at a bit of hot riveting. This is for our ongoing restoration work. So let's go over what it is we're doing and get to it. Welcome back. I'm Norm and I'm currently working on restoring engine 2959 Little Lauren. She's a 8 nominal horsepower expansion engine, and down here on the deck we have just finished up doing her change gears. But these gears now need riveting onto the center section, which is over there. Here's what we got to rivet it to. This is the center section. This is what the second shaft runs through over to the final drive, which then goes down to the diff and into the wheels of the engine, basically. So we've got 12 rivets to pop in here, 7/8 in diameter. So we just got to modify a couple of rivets because we didn't have any the right size. So we've scrounged some, begged, borrowed and stealed a couple of rivets. We're going to get this all put together using our little bucking stand that we made down there. We're going to attempt to do this single-handed restoration. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is get the gears mounted to this with some bolts, just to pull it all up tight, and then we work our way around, take bolts out, replace them with rivets, basically. So we're going to do this the old-fashioned way, gas forge in a pneumatic riveting hammer. So we'll go over that and then let's get these permanently affixed. So I'll go get the gear. Just going to put a little bit of anti-corrosion on. But eventually this will all be covered in grease and cylinder oil and engine oil and bearing oil, cooking oil, all sorts of shite. So right, let's get that gear. Should be center popped on here where she's got to go. Of course, it's probably on the other side. So what we want to do is we want to put a ring on and then land this on top then. Well, I'm gonna need to get this gripped a bit steadier. I need it on a more of a flat plane. So I'm gonna go for 3 straps through the other holes, lift it up square, and then we should be able to manipulate it a little bit easier. But the idea is we get the rivet lined up, and then when it's hot, we're gonna lift the part, put the rivet in, put it down on the bucking bar or support behind it, and then do all our work from this side. And we get 3 more straps. Right, so now we're set down on the fixture for the riveting. We've got to sort our rivets out. These are the rivets we're using. I believe they come off the Titanic. What we're going to do is we're going to just whittle this down a little bit in the lathe. Just make them a little bit smaller. But these are 7/8 rivets, and we got 22mm holes in our part, which was done with the mag drill when we bored them out. So we've just got to take a little bit of the diameter off of these rivets so they fit in the hole nice. These will expand when they're hot, so we need to have a little bit of wiggle room. And then for gauge length, we're using the 1.5 times the diameter tab left sticking out. So we chop that off, chop the remaining bit off, and then we'll have a go, heat one up in the forge, and see if we can permanently fix these 2 bits together. So let's go sort one of the rivets out. Right, so we got that turned down. Just going to turn that down, chop it to length, and then we're going to rough the rest of this in with the sander, with the linsher. That'd be no problem. We could grab it on a nut. You could split a nut in half and then use that as like a collet just to get you away from this head, so you're not gripping on that, and you can turn the rest. But I don't think we need to. So let's chop this off, go to the grinder, grind it down a bit, and then let's see if we can put one in. Right, so that's our finished rivet. That should go up in there easy. Like such. Then we're going to lift our job onto this bar. I'm going to give it a clout. Yeah, it's 30mm. Oh, just like the forge. here we go, got to be quick. Got to see how quick we can get this in here. It's going to determine whether we can do it or not, how long it's going to take. Nah, it's too cold. Looks like we just need a little bit more material, which will make the next one a little bit longer. Hopefully the other side. So it looks like it's right from the underside. We just didn't have enough metal at the top, so we'll make it a smidge longer on these next ones, and then we'll have another go. Alright, we're just going to try them the length they are, 5mm longer. See what that'll do. Can't find a now. Not sure if you got to see that. My phone's got too hot. I think that one was just a little bit too cold. But we need to get them in there quicker, I think. It's easier said than done, one man, but let's do another. You see what I've done there? I just fixed that one. Just heat it up with a torch. And that'd be alright now. You won't want to do it on a boiler, but for this, I don't think it really matters. Make sure we get banged right up before we come down on the top of the hammer. But the gauge length is right. Technique just needs a little bit of work. Right, another one's warming up, so we'll have another go. That one was alright. Yeah, nothing wrong with that one. 1 out of 6 ain't bad. So that last one turned out alright after we give it a bit more heat. There's one we got removed, the one that was a different width. The skinny one didn't fill out. That one there, so we're going to cut him out. You can see there, just didn't fill in. Just didn't have enough metal there for the snap to produce, so that one will have to get cut out. And I've run out of rivets now, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do. So we're going to have to go back down to the Titanic. So we ended up figuring it out at the end. We ended up with the right diameter and a right gauge length. And the trick is to get them in there quick, but obviously doing that single-handed is a bit hard. So I'm going to have to pop up and get some more rivets. But if anyone's interested in snaps, riveting gear, rivet busters, everything you need to do a traditional rivet, we can sort out for you. So my email is normally at the beginning of the video. If you email me, I'll put you in contact with a person that sells all this sort of stuff. They're all brand new snaps, brand new guns, some second-hand stuff, all at decent prices. So you can go and have a go at doing this sort of thing yourself. I mean, this is the gear you need, really. Obviously, this is an old one, but he sells new and all the rest of it. So I'm gonna have to down tools for the day and carry on tomorrow, which is gonna be 12 hours for me, but for you, it's be about now. So it's a new day. The dog's had a satellite dish removed, and we've been up and picked up some more rivets. So we should be able to finish this now. We also, while we was up there, picked up a new weapon. We picked up this rivet buster. We're just going to use that to take out that one rivet we cocked up. And we get that removed, and then we're banging a couple more into the gear center. We'll have this job by the end of the day. So I'm going to make a couple of rivets, get them in the forge, get that heated up. But first, let's find a face shield and let's knock that one rivet out that's giving us issues, and we'll show you what a rivet buster can do. All right, so here's a look at the tool. It's basically an oversized version of a riveting hammer, but this is designed to knock rivets out of boilers. You can use, like you see at the end of there, basically a chisel point to knock the heads off. Then you've also, if they're a bit stubborn to knock out, you've just got your normal standard punch. So that'll be held in the rivet buster, and that'll knock them out once the head's been removed. So I've never used one before, so we're going to give it a go. And see what we can do with it. I need to get a face shield though. I think rivet heads flying around the workshop at 400 mile an hour. Gonna want something to protect me noggin. So let's find a face shield, get the compressor going, and let's see what you can do on a rivet head. Let's get one knocked out. Right, best thing I've got for protection is my welding shield. So make sure we're doing the right one. Yeah. Sure the chisel's up the right way. I'm just going to get that jammed in there. I think it'd be easier if it wasn't moving around, but we drop this down on the deck, just start wriggling around. And you want to move to your punch to punch it out, drift it out, spring. Make sure obviously not resting on anything. There you go, sheared the top of that off, and then it's just let us punch it out. Took a bit of the paint off, scuffed it up a bit, but that's a lot easier than drilling it. I know we could have cut it with a torch, but I wanted to have a go with the proper tool. Yeah, so with a bit of practice you'll get good at that, and that'll take seconds to knock a row of rivets out. But there we go. What a tool. Let's fire the forge back up and let's finish this little job off. So around 3 years ago, we knocked these rivets out. And that was the start of all this work. And 3 years later, she's now back in one piece. So this turned out really nice. Quite a fun project, doing a bit of hot riveting. Hard work, takes a bit of practice, which I still need. But yeah, I think that looks the part now. And there's one thing for sure, is she ain't gonna fall off. That's gonna be plenty strong, which is what we want. The only thing left to do with this part now is just get a bit of green paint, slap some of that on her. And then next thing we're going to be doing with this is fitting it to the second shaft. We've got some tapered keys and things that go in there. So that'll be coming up, future reference. But that's it, I'm not going to do any more today. Just like to thank you all for your support on the channel as well, as always. Thanks for watching, appreciate all the comments, and we'll see what we can get up to next week. Cheers.